Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, John Fontenot, and this is the Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline podcast. There's a quiet moment that happens in almost everyone's life. It might be late at night when the house is still. It might be early in the morning before the world wakes up. And in that moment, we make a promise to ourselves. Tomorrow I'll start. This time I'll stay consistent. Or I won't quit again. And in that moment, it feels real. It feels powerful. It feels like the beginning of a new version of you. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people break promises to themselves more easily than they would break promises to anyone else. If you told a friend you'd meet them at a certain time, you'd feel guilty showing up late. If you promised your boss you'd finish something, you'd push to get it done. But when the promise is made to yourself, it becomes optional, negotiable, something that you can postpone with very little immediate consequence. And over time, that pattern quietly erodes something critical: trust in yourself. Self-discipline isn't just about willpower. It's about self-trust. And it's the belief that when you say you're going to do something, you will follow through. When that trust is strong, confidence grows naturally. When it's weak, motivation constantly collapses under the weight of doubt. So the real question is this: how do we start keeping the promises we make to ourselves? Well, it begins with understanding that every promise you keep is a vote for the identity you want. Every promise that you break is a vote for the identity you're trying to escape. You're not just skipping a workout. You're reinforcing the idea that your word to yourself doesn't matter. You're not just procrastinating on a goal. You're confirming a belief that you can't be relied upon. This is why small promises matter so much. Not because the action itself is life-changing, but because it strengthens or weakens your internal reputation. If you tell yourself, I'll wake up at 6 a.m., and you hit the snooze, you just told your brain, our commitments are flexible. But if you get up anyway, even when it's uncomfortable, you've just told yourself, we do what we say we'll do. That's a powerful identity shift. Another key is making promises that are realistic. Too many people make grand declarations. I'll work out every day for 2 hours. Or I'll change everything overnight. And when those massive promises inevitably collapse, they feel like failures. But the problem wasn't discipline. It was unrealistic commitment. Self-discipline is built by making small, clear, achievable promises and then honoring them consistently. Start with 10 minutes. Start with 1 page. Start with one simple action. Consistency builds confidence, and confidence fuels bigger commitments. It's also important to understand that keeping promises to yourself isn't about being perfect. You will miss days. You will fall short. The difference maker is how you respond. Do you spiral into guilt and quit entirely? Or do you recommit and continue forward? Self-discipline isn't rigidity, it's resilience. And perhaps the most powerful shift of all is recognizing that the person who benefits from your promises is future you. When you keep a commitment today, you're giving a gift to the version of yourself who wakes up tomorrow stronger, more capable, more in control. When you break that commitment, you're handing tomorrow's you a heavier burden. So the next time you make a promise to yourself, to train, to learn, to build, to grow, pause for a moment. Recognize the weight of that commitment, not because it's dramatic, but because it's personal. You're forging trust with yourself, one decision at a time. And that is the essence of indestructible self-discipline. Becoming someone who doesn't just set goals, but honors their own word. If you enjoyed this episode and want to go deeper into building unshakable discipline, mindset, and consistency, check out my book, Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline. It's available now and designed to help you turn intention into action every single day. Until next time, keep forging. Thank you for listening. This has been the Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline podcast. I'm your host, John Fontenot, and I'll see you again next week.